Hello again, friends. It's Miss Brooke, and I am so excited to bring you another chair yoga class this week. So let's get settled in our seats. Press your back against the back of your seat. Allow your feet to be flat on the floor. And let's just take a moment to come into our breath. Place your hands down on your lap, either down, palms facing down to receive some energy, or to ground yourself, excuse me. And if you're wanting to receive some good energy, we can turn our palms up, or maybe you're feeling in between. So one palm down, one palm up. That's kind of how I'm feeling today. So I'm going to start there. Closing our eyes, bringing the focus to our breath. The inhale, making the chest and the belly rise. The exhale, deflating the chest and the belly. Just letting go of whatever came before or whatever comes after. And then gently opening up your eyes again. Bringing those hands down by the sides. We're going to reach our arms up and overhead. Bring your palms together and then look back at your hands. Look up at your hands just a little bit. Maybe a little bit of a back bend. And then reaching the arms back down again. Reaching them up. And then back down. Up. Down. Up and down. Now I want you to scoot forward on your chair just a little bit. And we're going to bring those hands out to the sides, palms facing me. This time we're going to rotate so that our arms are coming across the body and then back to center. Look to the opposite side, back to center. Opposite, back to center, and center, turn, and center. Dropping the shoulders back down. Let's shake out the arms. Great job. So we're going to make some circles now with our arms, waking up those shoulders. So bringing the hands forward all the way up, making big circles all the way around. And stop, opposite way, up and around. Great job. And then resting the hands down, the palms. So we're gonna wake up that spine a little bit with some seated cat-cows. Feet are flat on the floor. Grabbing hold of the kneecaps. We're going to pull the chest and the belly forward, taking the gaze up. Breathe in and exhale as we round the back, pulling the chin to the chest and the belly to the spine. Inhale up for cow. Back for cat. Up and back. Up and back. Last time, up and back. Great job. So We're going to work out that neck a little bit, just gently rolling. So we're going to pull the chin down towards the chest first. And then we're gently going to move the chin up and around, drawing a circle, stretching the neck. Back down to center and then to the other side. So drawing the circle with the chin the opposite way. And then allowing the chin to rest down on the chest. Stretching through the back of the neck and the upper back. Rounding the shoulders in, really feeling that stretch through all of the back. And then slowly coming back up. Let's move to those wrists now, taking that palm out in front of you and then grabbing the fingertips with the opposite wrist, with the opposite hand. Pulling those fingertips towards the face, breathing in through that forearm, the belly of the forearm. Remember, the more that you straighten the arm, the stronger that sensation is going to be. Releasing, bringing the fingertips down, pulling those fingertips toward the heart, stretching through the top of the forearm now. Releasing, rolling out that wrist, roll it back and forth a few times. And then dropping it back down. Opposite hand comes up, grab the fingers, pulling those fingers toward the face, stretching through the belly of the forearm. Releasing, dropping the fingertips down towards the floor, grabbing with the opposite hand and bringing those fingertips back towards the heart. And releasing, rocking out both of those wrists in both directions. Excellent job. All right, so I'm gonna do a couple shoulder shrugs here, releasing the shoulders down away from the ear. So first, we're gonna shrug them up, put on our earrings, as I tell the children, and then drop them back down. Okay, so when we drop them down, we want to drop them down our back. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what this looks like from the sides. We're going to lift our shoulders up to our ears, and then we're going to drop them down our back. And as we drop them down our back, we're pulling those shoulder blades together behind us, okay? So here we go. Lifting up, dropping down. Lifting up, release. Lift, drop and release. Lift, drop and release. One more time. Lift, drop and release. Excellent job, yogis. All right, so just coming forward onto the edge of your seat, okay? And then keeping those knees hip width distance, we're gonna start going through our sun salutations and waking up the entire body. Here we go, okay? So hands down by your sides on our mountain pose. Lifting the arms up to the sky. Look up at the hands. Big breath in. Exhale and let the body flow down to the feet. Halfway lift and fold. Rise all the way up. Gather the hands at the heart. Inhale up. Fold. Halfway lift and fold. All the way up. Hands to the heart. Inhale up. Fold forward. Halfway lift and fold. Rise all the way up. Hands to heart. 3 more times. Inhale up and fold. Halfway lift and fold. Rise all the way up. Hands to the heart. Inhale up. Fold. Halfway lift and fold. All the way up. Hands to the heart. Last time, yogis. Inhale up. Fold. Halfway lift and fold. All the way up. Gather the hands at the heart. Pressing the thumbs into the heart, into the chest where the heart is. And just taking a moment to feel the vibrations, the rhythm of the heart beating behind the thumbs. Taking a moment to feel grateful to yourself for making this time on your mat today, in your chair. Giving your body some much needed movement, mindfulness, rest, and restoration. Excellent job, yogis. Opening back up the hands. We're going to come into a hip stretch, just a little hip stretch to get us started today before we stand up. So bringing your ankle over your knee, starting with my right ankle first over my left knee. And I'm going to grab hold of that knee. If you are already feeling the sensation in that right hip, then stay with it. If you need a little bit more sensation, you can lean your chest forward over that bent leg. You can even take your hands onto the back of the chair and then lean forward. So yogi's choice, find what feels good in your body and go there. Deep breaths into that right hip. One more deep breath. Let it out and rise the chest back up. Uncrossing that right leg, crossing the left leg over, and finding your folded seated pigeon here. Okay, so either grabbing hold of the knee and the foot and just keeping yourself straight up. If you're already feeling that sensation, just stay here and breathe into it. If you'd like a little bit more sensation, finding what feels good in your body today. Remember, this is your yoga practice, so please do what feels best for your body. You may be able to get a little deeper on one side than the other, and that's totally normal. One side may be way more intense than the other. And then rising back up through center. If you're leaning over, uncrossing that left foot, shaking out the feet. And we're gonna move into our standing posture. So setting the feet down flat on the floor, pushing into the seat of your chair, and rising yourself back up to standing. We're going to come behind the chair to start today, and I want you to bring your toes out as wide as the chair with your toes facing the corners of the room or the outside edges of the mat, okay? So a little bit of a diagonal, okay? Our feet are, what is that? Bow-legged, not pigeon-toed, bow-legged, yes. So grabbing hold of the back of the chair, I'm gonna move my chair forward a little bit because I'm close to the wall. And we're gonna bend our knees and come into a seated squat, a yogi squat, and then coming back up, all right? So use that chair for support. If you'd like to challenge your balance, bringing the hands to the hips and trying it without the assistance of the chair. Leaning down, big breath in. Exhale, come back up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Great job, yogis. All right, so we're gonna keep that same stance with our feet. And this time, we're going to practice lifting, bending our knee and lifting up on the bottom of the foot, okay? So we're stretching through the bottom of the foot. The heel is coming up off the ground. We're using the chair for support. Bending it back down, other side. So bending that left leg and straighten. Bend, straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten. Excellent job. And then taking your feet, we're gonna stretch out the back of those calves. So taking your foot, we're gonna do this 1 foot at a time. I'm gonna move you sideways so you can see me. So I'm gonna take my left foot and I'm gonna ground down into the mat. I'm gonna take my right foot and I'm gonna set it up on an incline behind the chair. So depending on what your chair looks like, find somewhere where you can comfortably set your foot and feel that stretch through the back of the calf. You can bend the knee if you want to, but the more we straighten the leg, the more we're gonna feel the fire turn on in the back of that right calf. So breathing into that stretch. And then releasing, shaking that foot out. Let's go to the other side. So taking our left foot, finding a comfortable spot on the back of that chair to stretch that calf, straightening through that left leg as much as possible. Excellent job, yogis. Releasing, shaking it out. We're gonna come into our Warrior 2 series now. So finding your way, I'm going to turn towards the right side of the room, planting my right foot down on the ground. I'm gonna bring my left leg out behind me, pressing my left leg into the floor, my left foot into the floor. So you can see. Pressing my right foot into the floor, okay? All 4 corners of my foot, and my left foot is also placed into the floor. I'm trying to straighten this leg as much as I can, okay? So for some of us that might be easier than others, but that's what we're working towards, okay? Arms are coming out over the sides. We're looking out over that middle finger. Strong in your warrior, okay? Not leaning forward. We're coming back and staying there, staying strong in our warrior, looking out over that middle finger. Bringing those fingertips behind you now, seeing if you can clasp your hands, interlacing your hands behind you, and then stretching through the front of the chest, lifting the chest, maybe the gaze up towards the ceiling, opening up through that chest. Releasing, coming back to your warrior two. Reversing our warrior, flipping that front palm. Hand comes down to the thigh, and then stretching through the right side of the body from the hip, through the ribs, the armpit, all the way up through the fingertip. And then elbow coming down to the knee. We're going to reach up into that side ankle, letting the fingertips come all the way to the sky, and then reaching the arm towards the ear. Maybe taking that chest a little bit more towards the ceiling. And then coming back up. Warrior two. Releasing the hands back down. Coming back to the center of our seat now. We're going to bring our knees out wide, and we're going to take our hands to our knees, and then we're going to drop our shoulders one at a time towards the floor, okay? So right shoulder comes down. Nice stretch. And back up. Left shoulder comes down. Back up. Right shoulder comes down. Back up. Left shoulder. And up. A few more times here. One more cycle. And then back up through center. We're going to move to the other side now. So moving on to the left side, we're going to take the left foot, anchor it into the floor. Right foot is going to come out behind you and in front a little bit. Pressing both the feet into the floor. So press those feet into the floor and really turn those legs on. Feel them fire up, okay? Then we're going to bring our hands out for warrior two. Taking the gaze out over that middle finger. Never a dull moment around here. Great job. So we're going to bring the hands behind us now, interlace those fingers, and then stretching through the front of the chest, taking the gaze maybe up towards the sky. Releasing back to warrior two. Flipping the palm, reversing your warrior, stretching through the left side of the body. And then elbow down to the left knee, right arm comes up to the sky. And then stretching those fingertips out overhead. Back up through center. And then dropping out of it, coming back through center. We're gonna come back into that arm stretch. So bringing the knees out wide, grabbing onto the kneecaps, allowing that shoulder to dip down towards the floor and come back up. Dip and 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 up. One more time. Dip and up. Dip and up. All right, we are moving back to standing now. Coming back onto the right side of your chair. We're gonna ground down through our left foot, grabbing hold of the back of the chair for support. We're gonna stay strong in this left leg, okay? So really firing up through that left leg, lifting the right knee up. So I want you to flex that right foot like it's standing on the floor, and I want you to pull that knee in towards your chest as much as you can. Standing nice and tall. Great job. So now I want you to take your hand and put it underneath of your knee, and we're going to work on kicking your foot out, letting it come back in. You guys, kicking your foot out, back in. Out, back in. Out, back in. One more time. Out, back in. Dropping it down. Dancing it out. Whoop, 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 whoop. All right, ready? Last thing we're going to do on this side, you're going to bring that knee up into the chest again, pulling it up as much as you can, and then we're going to move the knee out to the side, back in, out to the side, back in, side, back, side, back. One more. Side, back. Woo! Nice job, yogis. Dance that out, and let's go to the other side. What we do on one side, we must do on the other. Otherwise, we'll walk around lopsided all day. Don't want that to happen. So now we're going to ground down into that right foot. Left knee is going to come up. I'm going to either grab underneath the knee or in front of it. I give that your choice, whatever feels best in your body, okay? So we're just pulling that knee in towards the chest. Ooh, might feel a little tight in that hip area. Nice flexed foot on the left side. Just breathing into that stretch. All right, so now we're gonna switch. We're gonna take that hand underneath the knee and we're gonna kick the foot out, okay? Kick the foot out and down. Out, down. Out, down. Out, down. One more. Out, down. Ooh, dance and shake it out. Shake it out. Great job, yogis. All right, we're grounding down through that right foot again. We're gonna lift the knee up into the chest, holding it here, flexing that foot like it's standing on the ground. And then we're gonna move it out to the side. Ready? Moving the foot to the left. and back in. Left, back in. Left, back in. Left, back in. Over to the left. Back in. Woo! Let it down, shake it out. Great job, yogis. So before we come back to our seats, we're going to do a forward fold assisted by the chair. So I'm going to turn actually sideways so you can see me sideways, and you can take this forward fold however you wish, okay? So you can bring the hips up to the chair and fold right over the chair like this, okay? You can bring your feet back away from the chair and fold down on the chair like this, okay? I want you to get to somewhere where you can stand, you can fold comfortably, okay? And just allow the upper body to be heavy. So maybe that's here. Maybe you can bring your hands all the way down to the chair, and that feels more supportive. Wherever you are, I want you to allow your head to be heavy and hang towards the ground in a forward fold. Breathing into the pose. All right, yogis, so very carefully and very slowly coming out of this. If you walked your feet back, walk them a little closer to your chair, and then very slowly walking your hands up, allowing the head, the last thing to rise. Awesome job. Let's come back to our seats now. Okay, so sitting tall in our seats, we're going to come into a twist, okay? So we're going to take this left leg. Take your left leg and pop it over your right, okay? So left leg over your right knee. And we're going to do a wide-legged twist first, okay? So taking your right hand to the outside of your left knee, bringing your left hand around, we're going to turn our upper body and just face the side of the room. So we're getting a little bit of twist in this hip stretch here. And then pulling that leg all the way over, we're going to twist again. So we're going to pull that leg all the way over this time. I want you to take your hand or your arm to the outside and then twist and looking towards the back of the room. Coming back around, uncrossing that leg and just keeping that foot over the knee. This time we're going to come back into that forward fold once more. So grabbing the back of the chair and folding forward with the chest. We're just staying here, seeing where the if the sensation has moved a little bit. You have to move a little bit more to feel that sensation like we did at the very beginning of class. This is a very intense stretch for all of us. coming back up. We're going to take that twist one more time, that wide ankle twist. Okay, so grabbing the right hand on the left knee, grabbing the back of the chair, and then twisting and looking towards the side of the room. And then one last, we're going to counter twist. So bringing that left hand down to the right foot, counter twisting, looking the opposite way. Feels so nice, yogis. Uncross that left leg. Let's recross on the other side. Right knee comes over. We're going to start with that wide twist. So bringing the left hand to the outside of the right knee, grabbing hold of the back of the chair. We're going to take a big breath in, get really tall and long in our spine, and then turn and look over towards the right side of the room. Untwisting, coming back. We're going to cross that leg all the way over and go for a little bit of a deeper twist. So taking the hand again to the outside, turning, and all the way around, breathing into the stretch. Coming back through center. We're going to cross that ankle over the knee, coming back for that, I almost forgot. We're going to lean forward into our pigeon first, okay? So grabbing hold of the back of the chair or bringing the hands down to the knee and the ankle, finding where that sensation feels best in your body this evening and going there. Coming back up, we're going to take that wide-legged twist one more time. So grabbing hold of the outside of the chair, left hand comes to the outside of the right knee, twisting and turning. And then back around, doing that counter stretch. Big breath in, let it go. Another big breath in, untwisting, coming back through center. Taking that knee, uncrossing it. Excuse me. So we're going to come and stretch out the front of the chest now. I want you to take your hands and grab hold of the back of the chair and then allow that body to come forward. And coming back up. One last stretch through the arms and the shoulders. We're going to bring that shoulder across, that arm, right arm across the body, grabbing hold of the arm with the elbow with the left arm, and then pulling, feeling that stretch through the outside of the right shoulder. Reaching the arm up behind you, patting yourself on the back, and then maybe we can bring that other hand up to grab hold of the elbow, sitting up nice and tall. Once you sit up nice and tall, you should automatically feel that stretch through the right side of the body and the underarm. If you don't, just give your shoulder a little tug, your elbow a little tug, and you will feel it turn on for sure. And releasing, bring those hands down, shaking them. Bringing that left hand across the body, grabbing that elbow and pulling, giving a gentle tug. And then lifting back up, patting yourself on the back and stretching through the back or the left side. Releasing, coming back down, shaking it out, and setting yourself up for your final resting pose of our class. Bringing your hands either down by your sides just to hang loosely, or placing the palms down on top of the legs. Remember, we ground down through our legs, ground up. If you're looking for some positive energy, you can leave your palms facing up. Okay, taking in all those good vibes that I'm sending ya. All right, yogis, let's shut down our eyes and come into our final part of our class today. So allowing the eyes to shut down, allowing the body to relax, allowing the breath to come back to normal. Taking a moment to turn in and give yourself gratitude for the work you put in on your mat today. Let your creativity bloom. Allow your creativity to blossom. For too long, you have held back. For too long, you have limited your natural creative leanings and talents. Maybe somebody told you you couldn't create or being creative wasn't worthwhile. Maybe you started telling yourself that. You are creative. You have a creative self within that wants to play, wants to be let loose, wants to create. Set that part of you free. Let yourself play with life, with work, with projects. Make a list of all the negative things you believe about your creative abilities, what you think, what you've been told, and what you tell yourself. Then burn it. Now, make a new list of all the things that are true or that you believe could be true or that you want to be true. Let go of all the blocks. Write down that you are creative, that you can create, and that you're connected to the creative force of the universe. When you find your connection to creativity, the entire universe will come alive for you. It will help you, guide you, inspire you. You will find yourself imagining something, then being led right down a path that will help you create it. When you don't know what to do next, you can listen to your heart and let God and the universe guide you. Creativity is the inherent nature of the world, the universe. The universe creates, and the universe needs your help in creating. Creating brings you into harmony with the universe, God, yourself, and the rhythm of life. Beginning to wiggle the fingers and the toes slowly, bringing movement back to the stillness of the body. Taking a big breath in through the nose and letting it out as you stretch the arms up overhead. The light in me loves and honors the light in each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining me again. I will see you all again soon. Namaste.